Beloved actor Marilu Henner, best known for her acting career, particularly among many of us for her role in the hit sitcom Taxi, but more recently also well known for her series of best-selling health and fitness books. She's also, you may have heard, one of the few people in the world known to have highly superior autobiographical memory, which allows her to recall almost every day of her life. And those memories of how she and her husband, Michael Brown, stood together in the face of cancer and triumphed without chemotherapy or radiation is the subject of their newest book. It's called Changing Normal: How I Helped My Husband Beat Cancer. And we're delighted that Marilu Henner and Michael Brown are with us today to talk about this.
Thank you so much for having us.
We're very happy to have you for so many reasons. Let's set the stage for this, to understand this book and understand the relationship here. And Marilu, I'll ask you to tell the story. You had known each other years before.
Oh, yeah.
Around 2003, you reconnected. How'd that happen?
Right. Well, we knew each other in college at the University of Chicago, college freshmen. Ran into each other in a courthouse after I left school to become a professional actress. I was getting married to my first husband. So 8 years after I left school, we ran into each other in the hallway in a courthouse in New Orleans, far from University of Chicago. And then after my second divorce was final, like 6 months later, 2003, Michael called me out of nowhere. We hadn't seen each other in 22 years. It was shocking to me, but he called. I was excited because I always had like a little special feeling about him. And then within a week, we were saying, I love you. We're going to spend the rest of our lives together. And 2 months into our relationship.
Well, let's talk about that, because you have what sounds like a marvelous storybook sort of getting back together here. The thunderbolt strikes you both, but then another type of thunderbolt hits you, Michael. What's that?
Exactly. Well, 2 months into our relationship, I was diagnosed with advanced stage bladder cancer. And it was very shocking. And I had been symptomatic for 2 years, but I've been going the very conventional doctor route. I went to my urologist. He kept misdiagnosing me. He finally retired, which meant I got a new specialist, a new urologist, and he went in and immediately found the cancer. And so there I was with advanced stage bladder cancer and a new relationship with Marilu. So,
well, fortunately, you had the second part of that equation, and not the first. I'm going to ask you to do this. I'm going to ask you to explain for us the title here, Changing Normal. And then I want to talk about some specifics about what you do. But I think titles are always fascinating and compelling when you try to get a sense of what they mean. So what does Changing Normal mean?
Well, I always say, if you think of your body as a field of soil and a weed sprouts, it's not enough just to cut out that weed and then continue doing whatever you were doing for that field of soil so you get more weeds. And the idea of doing something differently, lovingly tending to it, putting in different fertilizer, some kind of change the normal of what it is that you're doing if you want a new result. So what happened was there was somebody in Michael's family who got diagnosed with cancer around the same time. And her doctor said, we're going to give you chemo, we're going to give you surgery, and you can get back to normal in no time. And I said to Michael, no, she can't go back to normal. She's got to make some changes. You've got to change normal. Otherwise, you're going to end up right back where you were. So that's how the title of the book came about.
When you looked, the two of you together, and you looked at your life, and now obviously you're looking at some difficulties that you're experiencing here. But when you look back at your life, and Michael, I'll ask you first, and then Marilu, what your observations are. What did you find about how you had been living your life that you came to realize needed to get changed?
Well, yeah, that's a big part of the book. Is the intro of the book is how I got cancer. And, I found out very early in my health journey here after I got diagnosed that I needed to figure out what I had done, what I was doing to cause this cancer, or at least give it the opportunity to grow like it did. And I found in my past toxic exposures, heavy metal exposure, stress, and this had been going on my whole life from childhood. And from that examination of my past, I realized I needed to change my future. I needed to change my normal.
To have a future,
exactly.
Certainly. Marilu, you get involved. I've seen you've been referred to as sort of a doctor concierge.
Right.
Somebody
That's my friends have called me for years.
Exactly. So you get involved now, and with all the focus you've had recently on health and well-being, you now have this literally in your home. So what did you both decide to do? How did you decide to fight this that changed your normal?
Well, what happened was I knew I wanted to take Michael to my doctors, but I said, okay, but let's go see some of the more conventional, types of doctors. And we went to see the #1 bladder cancer specialist who happened to be in Los Angeles. We went to see him. We walked in, and it's the introduction of the book. He says, this is your lucky day. He says, you know, I have a cancellation on Wednesday. And he takes out a diagram. He goes, I'm going to take out the bladder. I'm going to take out the prostate. I'm going to pull down a piece of your intestines and make a neobladder. And he looks at us because we've got these horrified looks on our faces. And he says, and don't worry if you two want to have sex. We're going to run a small hose up his penis, and anytime you want to have sex, you just pump it up 6 times. And I said, well, can we have the 7-pump model? Because we're a sexy couple. And I said, and what about health, nutrition? He went, oh, go have all the steak and highballs you want. So we left, okay, bye, we'll let you know about Wednesday. We walked in silence down to the parking lot, and Michael said, I'm not losing my organs. And I said, I don't think you have to. Let's go to my doctors. And my doctors are integrative medicine doctors who are full AMA, but look at the body holistically. Don't just isolate it.
You mentioned something before. When you talk about the message here, so that people understand, you're not saying never go to a traditional doctor.
No.
You're saying, tell us what you're saying, what the message is for this.
You know, complement the typical therapies. Do something with your typical, you know, the typical surgeries or chemo or whatever. He chose not to have chemo and radiation, and it didn't end up needing it because he didn't have to go through the surgeries and everything else, and he went into remission. He's been in remission 12 and a half years, not just on bladder cancer, but also lung cancer was diagnosed 2 months later. You got a double header. But, you know, I knew that you know, I got into health because my parents died young, and I just felt like no matter what he decides to do, trying some of these other things, it can only fortify his immune system and make him feel at least like he's in a little bit of control, as he always says.
So, Michael, you've changed your normal?
Absolutely. I began changing it even before the diagnosis I got with Mary Lou, and she's pretty forceful about her lifestyle and the makeover that she was trying to work on me before the diagnosis.
Haircut, clothes, you know.
But it's funny, over the years, even, you know, the year that we fought the cancer, or 6 months in actual fact, I changed my normal in profound ways in terms of my diet and my habits, the way I dealt with my stress, having a love of my life in my life, and having someone to love and someone to love me. Profoundly and changed me. Since then, because cancer is a chronic disease, it's once you get it, you need to be on alert. And if you change your normal, if you've done things to help the conventional medicine do its magic and actually get into remission, you need to stay vigilant, or it's going to come back. And that's so. In some ways,
it's not a one disease approach to your life. It's your whole life approach.
And especially having 2 separate cancers, so I had 2 separate spots to worry about.
Yeah.
Well, we're so glad you're doing well. Again, the book is called Changing Normal. We're glad you're well. It's always good to see you. Good luck with the book.
Thank you, Jack.
Be well.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.